What's going on, everybody? Josh Bernard here, and welcome back to the War Crimes Ahoy podcast.
Hello.
That's it? Hello? Just hello?
No. It was a point. It was a point. It was a joke
Oh,
because it has to do with our topic today.
ah,
Get it?
yeah, yes.
My name's Robert Vincent McCoy the Fourth. I'm here. Okay, that
Yeah.
was. Let me get my terrible joke out of the way. It was, you know what? Let's just move on.
Yeah. Anyway, before we get into this episode, be sure to download this episode and all the episodes for that matter. Be sure to follow the Instagram pages, War Crimes Ahoy, I'm McCoy, Tom, and Homeboy Josh, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'll really help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, as you all know, yesterday, something very interesting occurred. Not just for us, but for America. It was
Nation.
the 2020 presidential debate.
First one. Round one of
Uh-huh.
3.
Yeah,
And
I guess you can't really call this a debate.
it was just bad.
It
It
was-
was bad.
I mean, I stopped watching after like 45 minutes of it going into it because I was tired and I didn't want to watch two men argue for another however long it was going to be.
I watched the entire thing.
Why?
Yeah, that's what everyone has said so far. They go, why?
How long
Why
was
did you
it?
put yourself through that torture?
How long was
90 minutes. 90
it?
minutes
That's
of
that's an hour.
interrupt.
That's an hour and a half of your life you're never going to get back.
Yeah, I don't even know what was going on the entire time.
Yeah. I think my favorite part was when Biden said, "Shut up, man." Called
It literally
Trump,
just goes in the middle. Shut up, man.
Shut up, man. And then at one point he called Trump a clown.
He goes, you're a clown. Or what was it? He goes, quit your yapping, man.
Yeah, Biden
Like, what?
was
Yeah.
getting at Trump for talking over the moderator and apologized to the moderator. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. That guy's a clown," or something along those lines. Just I don't know.
It was like, it was just rough.
It was god awful. And I also loved how when they asked both of the candidates about COVID-19, they switched the subject and went on to economy for a bit until the moderator reminded them, "Hey, the topic is COVID-19, not the economy."
A lot of them just didn't answer questions. I
They-
feel like I didn't hear Biden answer a single question the entire time.
Yeah.
And Trump just didn't stop talking.
Yeah, Trump would
Like-
not shut up. Yeah, I feel like that poor moderator, he probably
Chris Wallace is just like,
he-
guys, please, guys,
poor Chris.
guys, please,
Chris
I'm
is
gonna cry. Please,
Chris probably already like committed suicide or something because he couldn't. Good God,
guys.
If you're listening to this, we are so sorry.
I am so sorry, buddy.
We are so sorry. At first, I thought I liked one of the candidates more, but I was like, Jesus, they're both awful now.
The entire debate was just terrible. It wasn't even a debate.
It wasn't a debate. No, it was just
Like, who comes out of that and like, I genuinely learned something new about the other candidate. Let me just change my vote. Who's gonna do that?
nobody.
I heard about a poll that said the only people that changed were the people who didn't know who they were gonna vote for, and they just changed to saying, "I'm not gonna vote at all now."
Yeah, it was very strange, very strange. The debate.
No, I mean,
I mean, I was. It's like that. It was like there was this guy in some sort of movie. There was like a courtroom, and it was like, damn, I don't know what I was expecting. I was like that guy. I knew it was going to turn out like that, but for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why I was surprised when I saw it.
I genuinely thought that they were gonna be a little bit more like. I thought they were gonna just not interrupt each other.
I
the
thought
entire time.
Biden was going to be more well-mannered than Trump. I thought Biden was at least going to be a bit more.
Well, I think he was to some
Well-mannered.
extent.
It was, but they were both not really. They weren't any. None of them were good.
In terms of who seemed like a better person, like who seemed like a fun person to be around during the debate, I would say Biden definitely seemed like a lot more chill guy.
Yeah. Trump would just, as soon as he opened his mouth, he never closed it for the rest of the debate.
I mean,
And I think he was asked the question first. I think Chris was like,
Chris did ask Trump every question first, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, Chris was a pretty good moderator in terms of his questions.
Yeah.
And how he asked kind of hard questions to each candidate, even though I think he definitely gave one person easier questions. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah. Poor Chris. He probably, I don't know. And then he couldn't really do anything to stop the two of them from talking. Biden and Trump had minds of their own.
Yeah, there was like a solid 15 minutes where he's just, maybe not 15, but it was a good amount of time. He was just like, please.
He was like, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. President, Miss Vice President, Mr.
Joe,
President Trump,
please.
Mr.
Donald, stop, please, Donald, no.
Then eventually they just stop being like, pronouncing them by their suffix. They're just like Trump, Joe, Donald,
Buddy, please, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown.
I'm surprised Chris didn't. He did. Props to
I think he did. Like halfway through, he just kind of made this weird noise. I think he like glitched out or something. He was like talking, and then like in the middle of a sentence, he just goes, and then like keeps talking. It was kind of
well, as a moderator, he had to balance a lot of words and say stuff in the right pattern, so he probably stumbled a bit, and can't really blame him, especially considering the fact that while he's asking these questions, he can't focus or hear himself because there's two angry old men in the background arguing with each other.
Someone described it as Ben Shapiro. Yeah, Ben Shapiro described it as the Swedish Chef versus Chewbacca. The Swedish Chef from the Muppets versus Chewbacca.
Yeah.
It's like,
Trump himself described it as, if he made an Instagram post basically saying Trump versus Biden and the moderator. That's how he described it. Like, God, what did the moderator do? He's not running. He's just there. He's there to help. And during that time, doesn't the moderator have like more power than the president or the other candidates at that very moment?
I mean, I guess the moderator?
Yeah, the moderator, because he's like asking the questions. I don't know. He's a moderator.
Yeah. There were some kind of stupid things said by both of them. For example, Trump wouldn't answer easy questions like, do you condemn white supremacy? He's like, do I? Do I condemn white supremacy?
Yeah. He answered the question with a question.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's not answering the question. That's just common sense.
Wallace asked Biden, he's like, do you condemn Antifa? And he's like, Antifa doesn't exist. Like, yes, it does.
Oh, what was the big part when Biden forgot where he went to school?
Oh yeah, there's something about Delaware State.
Yeah, he couldn't remember where he went to. I think like the school, like law school or something like that. I don't know. That was a big thing, and then Trump grilled Biden about that. He was like, "Wow, you're such a fucking idiot. You don't remember where you went to school."
Yeah, Trump definitely got the biggest hits in during the thing.
Yeah, he was definitely all out and very offensive. Like offensive in the sense that it's a defensive and offensive.
Yeah.
Game. Well, I don't know if he was offensive. I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I think we're just both rude to each other. I'm not.
One of the things that I was basically so just not interested because it was just you're stupid. No, you're stupid. No,
No.
you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Yeah, that was basically the entire thing. So what I was doing was just taking pictures of the candidates with different Snapchat filters.
Yeah, I saw that. I took some filters too. I put them both on like the girl filter.
Yeah, no, I did that too. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I loved it. I watched it on my computer on YouTube, ABC Live. Trump versus Biden, the main event. Yeah.
You know, there was one other really funny part that I was actually laughing at.
What?
It was I forget how the whole thing went, what they were talking about, but Trump asked Biden. There's something that someone said, and Trump was asking Biden who said it, and he goes, Kellyanne Conway said it, and he goes, and then Trump goes, no, she didn't, and he goes, yes, she did, and Trump goes again, no, she didn't. It was just back and forth. I was like, wow, this is really terrible.
Wow. I can't believe it. Some of the most powerful people, some of the most the well-known figures for our country representing us have resorted to bickering.
Not surprised.
That just shows. I don't know. I don't know at all. Yeah. My history teacher today, we talked about that, and he has this famous quote: "History doesn't often repeat itself, but it often rhymes." And we're learning about ancient Greece and Rome. You'll see why this relates in a minute.
Okay.
So basically, during the time of ancient Greece and Rome, there was the bubonic plague. It infected the place. But then also during that time, there was the 100 Years' War, which actually went on for 116 Years' War, and was against like the English and the French. And then there was the Great Schism. A bunch of popes fighting about who was the one with upper power. And then he's connected the bubonic plague, COVID-19. It's less fatal than bubonic plague. The 100 Years' War. We've been at war with countries for years now. And the Great Schism. Popes
the Great
with each other. And now, two people fighting with each other about who will claim higher power. And
that's actually very...
And he showed us this out. We were all like, whoa, holy shit. I was starstruck. I was like, what the God damn.
Unless if the Great Schism part relates at all to this, then that means we're gonna go at civil war.
Yeah,
we're gonna
because
split in half.
that is exactly what happened.
Constantinople and old Rome.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be like.
It's gonna be a giant clash.
It's gonna be what's the capital of Texas is Houston, right?
Yep.
Houston and
no, it's Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Austin will be the capital of the red side of the country, and Sacramento will be the capital of the blue.
So, Austin's going to be Republican and Sacramento's going to be Democrat, or is that the other way around?
No, yeah, it's that way.
Okay, good.
Just pick the capitals of the biggest of each.
Yeah.
Biggest state for each party.
And that was very interesting. And you know what my favorite part was? I love how, like, both the candidates in the debate, they changed topics.
Oh, yeah.
I already mentioned this, but like I said, talking about COVID-19, Biden is asked, what do you plan to do for COVID-19? Then Biden brings up Obamacare. he answers the question with Obamacare.
It's just
I'm like,
Chris Wallace. Well, what are you gonna do about COVID-19 as a president? And he goes, Obamacare.
As soon as I was
Obama. He cares.
I was like, oh God, Biden, you had a chance and you blew it. Biden, you could have. You're both losing people now during this debate, Biden. You had a chance and you threw it out the window.
It's just okay. So Trump's plan of attack was, I'm an angry badger, and I'm gonna attack literally everything in my path. And it doesn't matter if that's
Everything.
going to make me look bad or good. I'm going to attack it. And Biden is just sitting over in the corner with the chair, looking into the corner of the room and saying, yeah, I didn't know you were a wall, Chris Wallace. I didn't know the wall part of your name was literal. I'm not going to answer any of your questions, by the way.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
And
Biden
then he falls asleep.
just mixed up the answers to each question. He gave an answer that would have been good to a good question, but wrong question he answered.
Well, there's one part that he legitimately just didn't answer the question. So Chris Wallace goes, "So Biden, are you gonna end the filibuster and or pack the courts?"
I
And he
remember.
goes,
Oh
"No,
yeah.
I'm not gonna answer that, but you should vote." Like, what?
I remember it. Yeah, that's very convincing. But I remember seeing that. I remember talking about the filibuster. My God.
He just straight up didn't answer it. He's
He
like,
just
you know what? No.
no. I'm not gonna answer that. But you should vote.
It's literally what he said, though.
Yeah.
And then Trump's just sitting over there in the corner. So, Joe, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it, Joe? Are you gonna do it? And he just won't stop talking.
Yeah.
And Chris Wallace is crying in the corner.
Poor guy. I don't blame him. I mean, Trump. I don't understand why Trump wanted to be president in the first place. Even like 4 years ago, way back when his term started. Why did he even want to be president?
I don't know.
He had he was still a billionaire at the time. He had his business in the tower. I think he had the tower. I'm not too sure.
He sells the tower.
Yeah, and he didn't necessarily need to.
Oh yeah, he definitely didn't need to, but I mean, he just wanted to, I guess.
But you know why he did? History teacher also proved this, and actually my father did too. He said, "Well, because people were getting mad because they thought politicians were ruining everything, right?
Yeah.
So they voted for Trump because he is not a politician into office. There you go.
Yeah.
That pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, once that happened, I mean, it was just I'm not realizing until now. I'm seeing it a lot more clearly. I mean, like, goddamn, it didn't really need anybody else to jump in, put their hat in the circle. It's just that's how it was gonna be. Man, very interesting.
I'm so surprised by the Democratic Party. Why they picked Joseph Biden as their candidate.
I'm not sure.
They
I mean,
I don't know why they picked him.
okay, if Biden hadn't acted ignorant, there was a lot of things, because Biden's been in law for a while. Like a long damn time. And he was a former vice president, so...
Biden was in the Senate for was it 40-something years?
47 years. He was in the Senate.
Well, he was in 40... I don't think he's been in office for 47 years, not just the Senate.
Oh, yeah.
That counts for the 8 years he was VP.
Oh yeah, the 8 years he was VP. Yeah. Well, so he's been in this sort of thing for a long time.
Yes, but there was 3 candidates at the end of the Democratic nominees. They had Bernie Sanders and Biden, who were the big people.
Yeah, Biden.
And then they had Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes, Tulsi.
Who was just kind of holding on at the end, even though she didn't have that much votes. Personally, I would have picked Tulsi Gabbard.
Really?
She was actually a pretty good choice for president.
Okay. Well, Robbie, I'm not going to agree or disagree with you, but you do know we are recording, right?
I know we're recording. I don't think that's very controversial, though.
Well, I know that. I know. But still, there might be a person that is very snowflakey listening, and they might get pissed. So,
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not endorsing either of the actual candidates.
Yes, so just be wary.
Yeah.
We don't
I
want.
mean, I don't think many people even know who Tulsi Gabbard is. That's kind of why.
Well, yeah, that good point. But still, we don't want. We don't want snowflakes. That's
It's a
stupid.
good point.
It's dumb. That's lame.
Don't be snowflakey.
Don't be snowflakey. Anyway, I've had enough talking about this debate. Two angry old men that are weird and all sorts.
Orange Man versus Sleepy Man.
Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to download this episode and all the episodes for that matter. Be sure to follow the Instagram pages, War Crimes Ahoy, I'm Corey Tolman, Homeboy Josh, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, War Crimes Ahoy, it really help us out. Anyway,
Yeah.
we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
What was that?
Bye-bye.
Boo-boo.
I meant to say bye-bye, but I just kind of said bye-bye.
Yeah.